We are at the halfway point of the Luke Christmas Reading Challenge. And today, you might consider this your semester exam because I am very interested in getting your feedback and your opinion on the verse that we're going to discuss today. We're focusing in on Luke 12:10. And one of my arguments when I understood as an agnostic, borderline atheist, was that how could God be loving and fair if he made it so that Jesus was the only pathway into heaven when there were so many other people in the world that had never heard the name Jesus? Luke 12:10 seems to explain that Jesus' nature as a man was not known by the great majority, and certainly not by those that chose to do him harm, as being God in human form. So they were not, or people today are not, held to the standard of a person that knows the Holy Spirit of Jesus as being of God or of the Father. But does that mean that those people are held to no standard at all? There is that voice in all people that tells us the difference between right and wrong. And some would argue that that voice is born of the same spirit that had that human for the very first time look up at the stars and ask a question unlike any other animal has ever done on the planet. Look up at those stars and ask, what's out there? How did I get here? How do I get home? Remember a couple days ago, we talked about the widow that lost her son, and she wasn't seeking audience with Jesus. She wasn't looking for Jesus. She wasn't looking for a miracle. Jesus had sought her out and restored to her that which she had lost. I have to think that up to that point in her life, she had been living in a manner consistent with that voice or that Holy Spirit inside of her. That voice and Holy Spirit inside of all of us that tells us the difference between right and wrong. And I'm not arguing that everybody hears that voice clearly or that everybody decides to listen to that voice. My argument would be that to ignore that voice or to deny that spirit, that does lead to accountability. At least that is what I think Luke 12:10 is saying to us. What do you think? Please, I'm very interested in other people's understanding of this because this goes right to that argument I had before I was a believer. 12 days done, 12 to go. I appreciate everybody for your kind comments. Pushing forward tomorrow. Hope to see you then. Merry Christmas.